In today's lesson, we will learn about bearing. Bearing means measuring an angle in degrees, starting from the north and going clockwise. So, if I want to measure a bearing of 60 degrees, I start from the north and I measure 60 degrees. So remember, never eat soggy waffles. So if I want to start from the north and measure 60 degrees clockwise, that will put me in the first quadrant. Then if I want to measure a bearing of 135 degrees, I will start with the north clockwise, and that will put me in the fourth quadrant. Then, for a bearing of 250 degrees, I will start with the north, go clockwise, and that will put me in the third quadrant. And then, for a bearing of 300 degrees, I start from the north and go clockwise, and that will put me in the second quadrant. A ship travels 400 miles on a bearing of 70 degrees. What's the bearing?
70 degrees.
So I'm going to sketch my never eat soggy waffles. And from the north, I'm going to go 70 degrees from the north clockwise. So that is going to be somewhere like here. So that's my 70 degrees. And I'm going out at a distance of 400 miles. So let's say that this is 400 miles. And I'm gonna stop here. So you sketch your never eat soggy waffle. From the north, you measure 70 degrees clockwise. So let's say that is, the angle will put you in the first quadrant, and you go out a certain length of 400 miles. Then you change course to a bearing of 120 degrees. Did they say bearing again? So then at that point where you stopped, you create your second never eat soggy waffle. And from the north, how are we going? 120 degrees. So where does that put you? In the fourth quadrant. So you go, let's say 120 degrees. A length of 700 miles, so I'm gonna go longer than 400. So from the north, you're gonna count 120 degrees, and you're gonna go a length of 700 miles. So let's say that you stop over here. Every time they say a bearing, sketch your never eat soggy waffles, so you know in what quadrant you are, so you know how to sketch the angle. Remember, you go from the north clockwise. How far is it from its original position? So they want to know the length from this point to the original position. So let's connect them and mark that as my X. Now, a common mistake that students do, they think that this is a horizontal line. It is not. So if this is 70, this is not 20 degrees, because you don't know if this is horizontal or not. I hope it looks like it's slanted to you, does it? Mm-hmm. So we don't know what this angle is yet. So I know that this is 120. So what's left for this angle over here? 60. Because remember, all of this is 180. So if this is 120, this is 60. So mark that as 60 degrees. And then look sideways. Do you see the Z over here? Alternate interior angles. Because remember, the north and the north are going to be parallel to each other. So you have a Z over here. So then if this is 70, this is 70 because of alternate interior angles. So how much is all of this angle over here? 130 degrees. So now if I look at what I have to determine whether to use law of cosine or law of sine, do I have a side, an angle, a side, two sides included angle? What does that mean? I use the law of cosines. To use law of cosine, the rule is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine the angle. So it is a squared, right? So to find a, you have to do the square root. So if you want to write it all in one step, you can. So you can say x, which is the angle you want, or the side you want, is equal to the square root of 400 squared. You can do it in one step if you want. Plus 700 squared minus 2 times 400 times 700 cosine the angle between them, which is cosine of 130. Now put that in the calculator in one step. Remember that the mode must be in degree. So we found x to be equal to 1004.968 miles. A plane leaves Dallas on a bearing of 38 degrees. Did they say bearing? Yes. So I'm going to sketch the never eat soggy waffles. How did it go?
38 degrees.
So from the north, I'm going to sketch at 38 degrees. So from the north, you go 38 degrees clockwise. So let's say I'm going to stop here, and the distance is what? So remember, distance is equal to speed times time. What is the rate given? 550 times 1.5. What is that? 825. So that's going to be 825 miles. Now, then turns to a bearing. Did they say bearing? So what do I do at that point that I stopped? I sketch my never eat soggy waffles. And then how am I going? 172 degrees. So then I'm going to go 172 degrees from the north. Let's say somewhere over here. So 170 degrees from the north. So that will put me in the fourth quadrant. Now what is the rate? 560, and the time is 1 hour and a quarter. So to find the distance, you multiply the speed, which is 560, times 1.25. So what is the distance covered? 700 miles. So this is 700 miles. They want how far is the plane from Dallas. So connect that point to the original, and that is what they want. So similar to what we did before. If this is 172 degrees and all of this is 180, what's left for this one over here? 8 degrees. And according to alternate interior angles, do you see that? The alternate interior angles are congruent. So if this is 38, then this is 38 as well. So how much is the angle in the middle? 46 degrees. So do we have an SAS? What do I use? Law of cosine. It's not always going to be law of cosine. It depends on what is given. So I would like to review when do we use each one of them. When do we use law of cosine on? SAS and SSS. When do you use law of sine? ASA, AAS, and SSA. So x is equal to the square root of 825 squared plus 700 squared minus 2 times 825 times 700 cosine the angle between them, which is 46. Remember, when you put this in the calculator, the mode has to be in degree. So x is equal to 606.873 miles. And that would be the distance. So in this lesson, we learned about bearing, and we did some problems that reviewed the law of cosine for us.